What's up, everybody? Granny Kami here, and this is my review for Bleach 526, The Battle. First of all, I'd like to apologise for being late. I have been sick lately. I haven't been able to record. Only today I've been able to. I'm still a bit sick, but you know, I need to get this out, so thought I'd do it anyway. Okay, so the chapter continues off immediately from the last chapter, where we see that at the end of the last chapter, Kenpachi strike down Unohana, and people were saying, oh, it's possible she could be dead, but unlikely. Turns out she actually hit him, not the other way around. And then afterwards, Unohana shows that she was using Kido, saying, oh, you thought you killed me, so soft. And then she shows that she has Kido everywhere, kind of like in a net, kind of looking like the one, what's the one, I forget the name of it, but you know, it's blue. It's kind of like a net thing. Anyway, she does that and she says, why do you think I mastered my Kido? And the reason for that is so she can, I think it was either to heal her opponents while she fights, or to heal herself while in battle. And then almost immediately afterwards she goes Bankai. Now at this point I was like, oh holy shit, she's gone Bankai, this is brilliant. But we didn't really get to see much of it. It was basically her sword just kind of turned to blood everywhere, like, you know, it was a bit weird. But I'll get more into that after the review, or after the summary, sorry. Straight after that, she goes to attack Zaraki and they just kind of clash swords again, you know, the usual. But then Zaraki's skin starts to melt and he's talking to himself saying, I've never felt like this before. Well, something along those lines. Not that he's never felt this way before, but just that it feels different. And we see his skin slowly melt away and becoming just a skeleton, and he's wondering what's going on. And then he realizes that he's awakened from his slumber. Now, a lot of people were confused about this. They all thought this was Unohana's Bankai. But from rereading this chapter quite a number of times and watching other reviewers, it seems that this was actually more of, what's the word? More symbolic. Yeah, symbolic. Basically what was happening is the skin that's coming off Zaraki is basically the chains he had put on himself to weaken himself. It's basically, that's all coming off and he's getting his full strength back. And then Unohana is kind of thinking to herself, saying that Zaraki is the only man to ever bring her joy. And then she gets stabbed right through, I think it's either the upper sternum or the throat. It's kind of hard to say, but it's one of them anyway. And then the chapter ends. Now, you're probably wondering about the Bankai and why it was called Minazuki when that was her Shikai's name. Well, the thing here is, in the original Japanese version, it was spelled differently. The Japanese was, and it had a different meaning. It's the same word, sounds exactly the same, but it was written in different lettering style. I think it was kanji maybe, I'm not sure. But it was different, so it has a different meaning. Same name, obviously. So yeah, that is why it was the same name. It wasn't exactly the same, as I've already mentioned. But a lot of people were confused on that, so I just wanted to kind of say that there, because I read about that in Bleach Asylum. They talk about spoilers. There's a lot of people there, you know, talk about everything there, and there's a bunch of people have confirmed that. Now, onto Unohana's Bankai. All we saw was kind of just blood. We didn't actually really get to see her Bankai. Yes, she used Bankai, but we saw it do nothing. The whole skin melting was not part of her Bankai. That was the symbolic thing, as I was saying earlier. So we have seen absolutely nothing from her Bankai, and I hope in the next chapter she at least explains it a bit if she is actually dead by the end of this chapter. Or, well, dying at the end of this chapter. Because it's just, that'll annoy a lot of people. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Unohana, But I'm a huge fan of the Zanpakutos, and I like to find out everything about them. That can't possibly be said, like the Shikai Bankai, the names of them, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's just hopefully we find out more about that. If it ends here for her, and we never find out what it does, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. It really would. My thoughts on the chapter. When I first read it, I was like, this chapter is absolutely crap. Worst chapter in a long time. And I was going to give it like a rating of 5 or 6 out of 10. But after I've kind of gone through it and studied it a bit more, I've realised that it's a hell of a lot better than I had originally thought. And that's why, for the first time ever, I'm giving a chapter, well, first time in a long while anyway, I'm giving it a chapter 10 out of 10. It's just, it really showed their characters, it was, what the fuck. Zaraki, he is woken up from his chains, he has released the chains, he's back to his old self. And this time, he's going to be at full strength fighting the Quincy. Unohana, it's sad to see her go if she's dead. I'm not saying if she's dead or not yet because of the whole Byakuya thing and oh, he's dead. Oh no, he's not dead. Oh wait, actually no, he is dead. Oh no, he's not dead again. Oh okay then, yeah, whatever. Just keep, whatever. That probably won't happen to Unohana. If she's dead, I think she's just going to die. She wasn't as big a character as Byakuya, so I'm still not going to say if she's dead or not until we actually get an absolute confirmation, like we did with Chojiro. Like, we still don't know if Kira's dead. Like, I mean, he has blown to bits, he was, basically, but it was never revealed that he died, just that his Rayatsu disappeared. Doesn't necessarily... Technically that means he's dead, but they never actually said, oh yeah, he got, died and stuff like that. And Byakuya, I mean, his fucking Zanpaku's all broke. He got ripped to shreds. He was on his last words telling Ichigo he has to do it or it's over. Like, I mean, why am I talking about this? This has nothing to do with the chapter. But you know what I mean. So I don't think anybody is basically confirming her dead yet until it actually says she's dead. So yeah, that was this week's chapter. Again, sorry it's late. As I've already explained, I was sick. I was also sick last week, so it was kind of lucky for me that it didn't come out. Sad to see that Kubo was sick, but it worked out for me in the end. Because I wouldn't have been able to do a review for like a few days because I was really sick. But yeah, that's about it. Nothing else to talk about. Can't wait for next week. My predictions for next week, it's really hard to say. If Unohana's dead, it'll say it next week. If she's not dead, it'll show a bit of it, and then I think it's going to go back to Ichigo and Renji, which I have a feeling if they do that, they'll skip the Asauchi fight. Or skip till near the end of it or something. I don't think they'll show the whole thing. I really cannot wait till next week. It's going to be great to find out the aftermath of this. But yeah, 10 out of 10. It's been a long time since I gave a chapter 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's it. It's the end of the chapter. Next week's going to be great. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. This is Granny Kami. I'll talk to you later.